give the edge to? I know you should favor
I'm
him
saying
over
Shakur
everyone.
beat everybody. It don't matter who it is. Shakur beating them, so it don't matter. Shakur over everybody. And that's how it's gonna be.
When you got that much money, you know what I mean, it's hard to be salty about anything, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's just the way that it is. It's the new era, it's the Devin Haney era, and that's what it is. And he's hanging on to the Floyd Mayweather era. I mean, so hard, he choked out Terence Crawford. He's still talking about he in boxing. Terence Crawford couldn't have an era to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favored? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
I feel like Shakur, just like Crawford was with me, Shakur has the ability to pass Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford says Shakur Stevenson can beat anyone and is truly one of a kind. Laughing off Devin Haney's promoter Bill Haney's threats, Crawford boldly declares he plans to retire Haney in the ring.
Man, that boy's special. That boy's special. Shakur's, you know what I mean, one of a kind, you know what I mean? He adapt to every fighter, and then once he adapt to you, it's a long night.
So he can make Devin like give up his height, not necessarily have to just go after him.
We didn't see Shakur go forward. We didn't see Shakur stay in the pocket. You know what I mean? We didn't see Shakur move. We didn't see, you know what I mean, how defense minded he been. Like, Shakur is just all around a great fighter.
Do you feel like Haney should move up to 40 though, or stay at 35? Take the Shakur fight.
Well, I don't know. Listen. I know what it feels like to be struggling to make 135. I was there.
Bill Haney declares that this is a Devin Haney era, not Floyd's, not Terrence's. He emphasizes that Haney doesn't need anyone else to succeed because he alone is more than capable of shining in the ring.
It's an era where Terence was in the shadows of Floyd. And when Devin came along, there was no shadow that was big enough. Because we're not taking no prisoners. We know that our job is to get to the Mount Rushmore of boxing, where the greats are. And Tank Davis is a state business.
Bill Haney says it's entirely up to Shakur Stevenson if he wants to fight Devin Haney. Whenever Stevenson decides to step up, Team Haney is fully prepared and ready without hesitation.
The weight that they fight at, they've always been one weight behind each other or one weight after. Shakur will come up, you know what I mean? Devin will be at that weight for.
Bill Haney emphasizes that no one in boxing has an amateur record as impressive as Devin Haney. He insists that Haney is a true fighter who stands on his own with undeniable skill and greatness.
Too much, you don't have that much amateur background and that much boxing in you to be saying that you're a TikTok star. He's trying to fool us with that smile and all that shit, you know what I mean? But he's a fighter. He's a fighter posing as a TikTok star to draw attention to his.
Many believe Shakur Stevenson should stop holding back and step up to face Devin Haney immediately.
If Shakur Stevenson want to keep that momentum and daring to be great, enhancing his greatness, we all know he's motivated and inspired by his mentor, Terence Crawford, then his next fight should be versus Devin the Dream Haney, moving up to the 147-pound division, because with that victory, he'll become a 5-division world champion, 3-division lineal champion, because I'm sure that Turkey Al Sheikh Ring will put that fight, will put the ring belt on the line, because I believe that Devin Haney is probably the best welterweight at the moment. He'll accomplish all of that by the age of 29. 5-division world champion, 3-division lineal champion. Come on now. Hey, Shakur Stevenson, you the WBO champion, 140-pound division. You could easily petition the WBO to make you the immediate mandatory to Devin the Dream Haney. I think that's the best fight right there. Let me know what y'all think.
Floyd Mayweather has stated that both Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson deserve recognition and support. He highlighted that Haney, with 33 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, and 15 knockouts, turned professional early, while Stevenson stayed in the amateurs pursuing Olympic gold. Mayweather even mentioned that Stevenson should have earned the Olympic medal after defeating Royal Ramirez. Still, he insists that both fighters deserve to be celebrated and treated fairly.
Now I know Devin Haney is 27, Shakur is 28. Devin Haney entered the pro ranks early. Shakur stayed in the amateurs to attempt to become Olympic gold medals. And he should have been. He beat Robeisy Ramirez, in my opinion. Nonetheless, he didn't get the nod. So, Floyd is saying that they should be celebrated, they should be uplifted, as you see here. Statement, right? They need to be treated fair. The issue that I have with this statement is that Shakur Stevenson was looking to actually sign with Floyd, and Floyd didn't sign him. Devin Haney looked up to Floyd Mayweather, trained with his father, trained with his uncle, trained with him. And he was eager to see Ryan Garcia beat him because he had a spat with Devin Haney's father, trainer, and manager, CEO of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, Bill.
The irony is that Shakur Stevenson once tried to sign with Floyd Mayweather, but wasn't accepted, while Devin Haney trained closely with Floyd's father, uncle, and even Floyd himself. Both fighters' careers show Mayweather's influence, with elements of his style reflected in their games. Mayweather has the ability to elevate these young stars, and his recognition underscores their significance in boxing's future, even if his support hasn't always been consistent.
Mayweather has the power to support these young fighters who look up clearly. Shakur and Devin model their game after him and look up to him, right? As they should. And how often does Floyd reciprocate that? Now, I know he shows up. Shakur says when he calls, he answers. Devin says when he calls, he answers. He'll show up if they call, like, to the gym, sparring. He showed up for Shakur. Right? Show up for them at the fights for them. The way, and everybody's different. Don't get me wrong. Right? He's enjoying the fruits of his labor. Promote them. When Shakur Stevenson won this fight against T.O., you say he should be treated.
Andre Ward shared his excitement about the potential fight between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, calling it a matchup he really wants to see. He highlighted Haney's confidence, noting that Haney has said he's ready to take on both Little Bro and Big Bro, which Ward sees as a dangerous challenge. Ward also emphasized that Stevenson is in a strong position right now, making the fight even more intriguing. Switching topics, Ward shared his Super Bowl prediction, picking the Seattle Seahawks to defeat the New England Patriots. He praised the Seahawks coach for instilling a business-like mindset in the team, quality Ward deeply respects.
Who that? Devin said he'll take Lil Bro and Big Bro.
Yeah, I want to see
meaning
that.
Keyshawn and Shakur.
I want to see it. Keyshawn is dangerous right now. I want to see it.
You got any prediction for the Super Bowl, Seahawks or the Patriots?
I think the Seahawks gonna do it, bro. I think they're gonna do it. Just the way they looking and the way they playing. The head coach has a temperament about him, man, where it's like, hey, we happy to be here, but we got business to handle. The team is taking on that identity, man, and I respect.
Floyd Schofield recently shared his take on the current boxing scene, focusing on Devin Haney and Keshin Davis. He explained that promoter Jay Prince carefully manages his fighters to avoid conflicts within his own business, making sure each boxer has space to succeed. Schofield stressed that Haney is always ready to show up and compete, and any fight involving him promises to be exciting. He also noted that because Haney has experienced a loss before, he is cautious about taking unnecessary risks, even if his record doesn't show it.
It don't matter which one go up there. Devin is Devin. Devin going to show up. It's going to be a great fight with either one of them. Because Devin took a loss, and he don't want to take another loss, whether he got it cleaned off his record or not. He don't want to take another one.
Fight though, I ain't gonna lie.
Both of them are good fight. Even I don't think Keyshawn is going to beat Devin. I really don't believe Keyshawn will beat Devin.
Too much experience? Why?
I don't know. I just don't see. But off my prediction yesterday, I'm not gonna get that because people will say things. But skill wise, I don't believe this new Devin that showed up his last fight. Keyshawn is gonna be able to run through like he did Ortiz, a smaller guy who seemed like he didn't want to be in there.
I ain't gonna lie. As much as I don't like Devin, I did not expect Devin to do that to Norm.
Floyd Schofield said that while both potential matchups will be exciting, he strongly doubts Keshin Davis could beat Devin Haney. In his view, Haney's experience is simply too much, and the version of Haney seen in his last fight is far beyond what Davis could handle. Schofield compared Haney's dominance to Davis's win over Ortiz, noting that Ortiz appeared uninterested. Haney, on the other hand, stayed sharp, resilient, and showed he could absorb punishment without faltering, proving his toughness. Schofield concluded that regardless of personal opinions, Haney's skill, durability, and ring intelligence make him a fighter who should never be underestimated.
Catch him too, and then even buckle Devin, so I don't know.
And Keyshawn's performance wasn't great. It was good he stopped him, that the referee gave him a gift. Because the ref stopped it. He didn't even give Ortiz a chance to stand up. Not saying Ortiz would have won, but it wouldn't have been a knockout in that 12 seconds. No, that's what I'm saying, but it wouldn't have been a knockout. The ref gave that gift. He didn't even get his man the count to get up to 8. So, or to 10. So, I don't know. I would want to see the Keyshawn and Devin fight.
Key do got some dog in him, so I would like to see that.
I like the new version of them, though. I like the God more in it. The maturity of seeing them grow up as fathers. Like, yo, just to see these young men get into these points is amazing. And they still in their 20s. So I can imagine them in their 30s. you know.
And Bradley reflected on the impact Terence Crawford has had on Shakur Stevenson, noting that Crawford once played a similar mentoring role in his own career. Bradley ranked Crawford among the greatest fighters in history, calling him someone who belongs on boxing's Mount Rushmore. He explained that Stevenson has a potential to surpass Crawford, not necessarily by matching his multi-division titles or becoming a 3-time undisputed champion, but by taking advantage of opportunities that Crawford never had. Crawford's career was sometimes limited by boxing politics, which kept him from gaining even greater recognition. Stevenson, however, competes in a different era where those barriers may not be as strong. With his talent, discipline, and the right chances, Bradley believes Stevenson can build a legacy that exceeds Crawford's, combining skill with the benefits of timing in the sport.
I feel like Shakur, just like Crawford was with me, Shakur has the ability to pass Terence Crawford. Listen up. Now, not in the stance of becoming 3-time undisputed and, you know, going up to, you know, that many weight classes. Not from that standpoint. You know, he already has 4 weight classes. Crawford is a 5-weight division champion. But in a sense of having the opportunities that Crawford didn't have. You know, Crawford would have been even bigger than what he is if the politics didn't play into the sport at the time. And now that, you know, you have guys like Turki Al-Sheikh that are able to bridge that gap between promoters and, you know, make these big fights happen. When Crawford couldn't get those big fights with like Thurman and Danny Garcia and Ugas and, you know, he got it later with Sean Porter, but it was later. But imagine if Crawford was able to have that run and, you know, Earl Spence, Danny Garcia, Ugas, Keith Thurman, you know, the list goes on. If he would have had all those guys on his ledger, imagine how big Crawford would be. He would be even bigger than what he is today, you know, bigger than what he is today. So with that being said, you know, with these fighters hovering around 135, these talented fighters hovering around 135, 130, you know, guys like, you know, O'Shaquie Foster, like I mentioned, going to go up to 135. He's big enough to go to 130.
There's no denying that a major challenge lies ahead for these fighters. Still, watching Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson in action shows that, aside from controversy or unfair tactics, both are extremely difficult to beat. They also respond to each other directly, keeping the rivalry alive and building excitement for a potential showdown.
There's a major obstacle in the way. But nonetheless, as you watch these two fighters fight, you can clearly see, outside of cheating, they're more than likely not going to lose, right? With that said, Devin Haney immediately responds to Shakur. Shakur responds to Devin, right? Again, we had the initial 4 kings. It was Devin, Ryan, T.O., and Tank Davis, right? It was supposed to be the 4 Kings 2.0, from the Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearn, Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran. And I asked Shakur this.
The discussion often turns to the idea of the 4 kings of this generation: Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, and Javante Davis. This group is meant to echo the legendary era of Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Roberto Duran. However, Shakur Stevenson is sometimes overlooked, similar to how Wilfred Benitez was in that original era. Benitez defeated Duran, who struggled against other greats, yet his name is rarely mentioned alongside them. The comparison shows how Stevenson could be a forgotten figure despite his exceptional talent. History reminds us that Benitez proved himself against elite competition, and Stevenson may face a similar challenge in carving out his place among today's stars. The dynamics among these fighters demonstrate that boxing continues to thrive on rivalries, legacies, and the fight for recognition.
You had that 4 King era, but nobody mentions Wilfred Benitez. And the fact remains is Wilfred Benitez beat Roberto Duran as well. And Roberto Duran is 1-4 against those guys. He beat Sugar Ray Leonard the first time. Outside of that, Roberto Duran, he lost to shit. He quit against Ray Leonard. He got knocked out brutally by Tommy Hearns. He got outboxed by Marvin Hagler and outclassed by Wilfred Benitez. Right? But he's overshadowing Wilfred Benitez. And I felt like these guys, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Tank, and T.O., overshadowed Shakur Stevenson. And now Shakur Stevenson has shined the light by dominating Teofimo Lopez.
Analysts point out that the growing rivalry between Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and Keshin Davis has become one of the most compelling stories in boxing today. Haney is praised for his discipline, sharp jab, and exceptional ring IQ, making him one of the most technically skilled fighters in the lightweight and junior welterweight divisions. Stevenson, on the other hand, is admired for his defensive mastery, timing, and ability to neutralize opponents with precision.
Haney is a tremendous fighter, but obviously he believes in himself and that he will beat Devin Haney. To that, Devin Haney responded, "I believe you're a tremendous fighter, but I'll beat you." And then Devin Haney stated, "Well, I want to fight your little brother, who is Keyshawn Davis, superstar, WBO former lightweight world champion, who called out Devin Haney and stated because he didn't like how Devin Haney treated him when they was younger, when Shakur brought him around, so on and so forth." So Devin Haney said, "You know something? I want to fight Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn, let's make it happen. And then you're the little brother, because Shakur and Keyshawn made it abundantly clear they have no interest in fighting each other because of their relationship, although they're not blood brothers." So Devin Haney said, "Well, I'll fight little."
Keshin Davis brings youthful energy and confidence, eager to make his mark against the established stars. The interactions between him, Devin Haney, and Shakur Stevenson create a storyline reminiscent of past legendary rivalries, where contrasting styles and personalities elevate the sport. Haney's consistency, Stevenson's adaptability, and Davis's hunger form a triangle of intrigue that fans and analysts cannot ignore. Each fighter represents a different stage of development, yet they are all united by ambition and the drive for greatness. This rising tension sets a stage for potentially historic matchups that could define the next era of boxing.
Shakur puts up a cryptic message and responds and says, "Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it." Well, remember, Devin Haney made an offer when he was at 135 to stay at 135 to fight Shakur. Shakur didn't like the offer, which means Devin Haney is more than willing to make the fight. Devin Haney is saying if you want to make the fight, his father, trainer, manager, Bill Haney, CEO of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, is saying, "We'll make the fight gladly, but we're not doing a 10-pound rehydration clause." So Shakur is saying, be careful what you wish for. Skills pay the bills, as Shakur said. And Shakur said he don't like people putting rehydration clause on people because it handicaps them and you can't get credit. Well, then he says on Najee with Cigar Talk that Devin Haney's not a unalive.
That's a wrap for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates.